Texas, give it up for Gabriel Iglesias!
Thank you guys very, very much. Oh my God. Oh, I got chills. Look at. Thank you very much. Thank you. Woo. I missed you too. Siéntate, tío, siéntate. Oh my God. Somebody saw me running.
Córrele, gordo, córrele, córrele.
Yeah, I know, I forgot. Oh my God, you guys. I know a lot of you are like, what took you so long to come back to El Paso? I don't have a good excuse, but I hope this makes up for it. Man, I have some history in this town. Been coming here since July of 1997. Yeah? Used to perform on the west side of town over at Bart Reed's comic strip. I was here on my 21st birthday. I'll never forget. Never forget it. And that's the last time I drank in El Paso. You guys don't mess around. It was my birthday. I'm hanging out at the club, and they're like, it's your birthday. I'm like, it's my birthday. You want a drink? Sure. So I started drinking, and then the staff was like, do you want a party? I was like, I want a party. You want to dance? I want to dance. I passed out and I woke up at some place called the OP. Now see, you guys are clapping and you're laughing because you know. I didn't know it was an alternative nightclub. I'm from LA. I thought OP stood for Órale pues. And that is a messed up way to sober up. You know, I'm at the club, I'm dancing, you know. Hey. Hey. Hey! There was a little guy behind me going, Pikachu! Yo también soy Pokemon. No! But it was kind of crazy. I was getting checked out by guys. I was like, oh my God. And I know they were checking me out because they're looking at me like I look at tacos. But then I thought about it. Oh my God, I just turned on a man. Shoot. Man, I call my girlfriend. I say, you better not mess up. I have options. I have a memory. A few years back, I was doing a show at the comic strip, and my idol, Mr. Paul Rodriguez, was in town doing a benefit. He calls up the comic strip and he says, hey, listen, I'm doing a benefit up the street. Y sabes qué, vato? I'm gonna come down there and I wanna do some shots, unos tequilas and unos tacos. I'm like, let's do it. He shows up to the club and he says, all right, get in the car, let's go. I go, where are we going? We're going to Juarez. Juarez, let's eat some tacos here. I can't afford you here. Let's go to the other side. So we wind up on the other side and we wound up killing some tacos and, you know, we wound up crossing the border. And when we crossed the border, it was a few months after I taped a bunch of water commercials here. You guys remember the water commercials? And then they pulled me off the advertising because they said I was too fat to sell water. Whatever. So we're crossing the border, and immigration was right there, and they're checking the cars, and we're in a blue van. My buddy Jim, who's sitting over there, was driving, and Border Patrol comes over to the window, and he opens the door, and he sees me. He goes, oh, my God, it's you. You're hysterical. And I go, what do you think of this guy? And Paul was like, hey, what's up? And the guy was like, oh my God. And so we wound up taking pictures at the border. And it was so funny because we're outside the car and we're pretending to be arrested, right? People are driving by going,
Let Paul Rodriguez and Pikachu go. They're American, puto. Let them go.
it's priceless. We crossed the border and Paul's like, hey,
I want to go hang out and have a good time.
he went to this place off the 10 called Jaguars. It's a male, gentleman's club, whatever you want to call it. So we go in there and I'm like, oh my God. As soon as we walked in, I'm thinking Paul's gonna be all, shh, I don't want nobody to know I'm here. Goes over to the DJ and the DJ's like, all right, ladies, look who just walked in, Paul Rodriguez. All of a sudden, there's like 32 lap dances that stop like that. And all these girls, they bum rush Paul. And I'm like, wow, I gotta get funnier. So we're hanging out there for a couple hours. We wind up outside in the parking lot. And this girl jumped into the car and she's like, oh my God, Paul Rodriguez, I love you. My mom is a huge fan too. Here, please, please, please. And
Whatever you want, you're okay. Ven para acá. Come here, come here.
here, please talk to her on the phone.
Ora.
He looks at me in the front seat and he goes,
Hey, tú, Iglesias. Here, be me.
he put me on the phone with the girl's mom. I'm like,
Hey, señora, how you doing? Yeah, your daughter, she's a real angel. Yeah, that's what they call her here.
yeah, man, I love Paul. Like I said, Paul's one of the main reasons why I got into comedy. And he used to mess with me a lot. Trust me. In my last special, I talked about how I had a Volkswagen Beetle. It was a true story. I really had a Beetle. And I got rid of it because I got tired of the fat jokes. When you're a fluffy guy and you have a little car and all of your friends are professional comedians, oh, they'll make you cry. Paul especially.
How the hell did you manage to squeeze inside of that? No, hombre, I have never seen a car expand before while someone was inside of it. How do you get a stretch mark on the windshield? That's what I want to know. When you fart, does it go faster?
One after another after another. I'm like, oh my God. And you know what it is? It's karma. Because 10 years ago, I did a joke about Paul Rodriguez on TV. I used to be on a show on the Nickelodeon network called All That. Some of you remember? Yeah? That was me, a lot smaller. I was only 2 X's. I was a 2X, yeah. Anyway, as soon as the TV show season was over, they gave all the cast members gifts. They gave this one girl a TV, this one kid a DVD collection. Since I was the only one who had his own car, they gave me a car alarm with a remote start to it. A lot of cars have those now, but think back 10 years ago, there was only a few that had the... My friends went, where'd you get that? I looked at him and I said, Nickelodeon. That's bad. I go to show it off to everybody. I showed my mom. I said, Mom, go to the car. I got to use the bathroom. I left you a present. Oh, a present? Okay. So she goes to the car, and I started the car from the kitchen.
El diablo! El diablo! El diablo!
I had to run outside. Mom, it's not the devil. Look at. Nickelodeon. Oh my God, mijo. Oh my God, you scared me. Me sacaste un pedo, mijo. Oh my God, mira, smell, mijo, smell. I wind up doing a show in Hollywood at a comedy club, and I'm working with my idol, with Paul Rodriguez. As soon as the show was over, we go, we're walking out the door, and he walks up to me and he says,
I like the whole fluffy thing you do. It's catchy. Sounds cute. Keep eating.
we walk outside, and my car is parked there first because I showed up late. So, my car's right there, and Paul walks by. All right, take it easy. He walks right in front of my car, and my friend goes, dude, show him your car. Show him Nickelodeon. And I couldn't help it, freaking.
Hey, hijo de la chi. What the hell? What is this? Paul.
Nickelodeon.
Hombre, cabrón, pinche fluffy. You gave me a heart attack. You take it easy.
Valet brings his car around, a brand new Porsche 911. The car was nice. He pulls up and, Valet gives him the keys. He turns around and looks at me.
Hey, tú, Fluffy. Check it out.
I'm like, whatever, it's not Nickelodeon. The door pops open. Trunk.
I'm not through yet. HBO.
A lot has changed, El Paso. A lot has changed. One thing's for sure, I'm still the fluffy guy. And I say fluffy because that is the politically correct term. For those of you that don't remember, I used to say that there were 5 levels of fatness. Reason why I say used to say is because now there are 6. I met the new one in Las Cruces. The original 5 levels are big, healthy, husky, fluffy, and damn. People ask, what could be bigger than damn? The new level's called, oh, hell no. What's the difference? You're still willing to work with level 5. Example, if you're on an elevator and you're with your friend and this really big guy gets on and you and your friend look at each other and you're like, damn. But you still let the big guy ride your elevator. That's the difference. Level 6, you see walking towards your elevator. Oh, hell no. That's the difference. The guy that I met was 6'8", 614 pounds. Oh, hell no. And he was offended at my show. Not by anything that I said, but because of the fact that now at the shows, I started selling t-shirts. And apparently, I didn't have his size. Keep in mind, I go all the way up to 5X on the t-shirts. And he was like, you don't have my size. I was like, dude, I didn't know they made you. I have up to 5X. I don't have X. The picture of a dinosaur on the back of the tag, you know? No. And by the way, you guys, I want to let you know now, here in this theater and all over the world, wherever anybody's watching this special, if you ever see me in public, either at a restaurant or at a hotel or anywhere, and you want to stop me and say hello or take a picture or anything, please, I welcome it, and it's an honor if you were to do that. I do not mind at all. Stop me anytime you want. I'm the same person. The same guy. Thank you. Seriously, the same guy you see now is the same guy you'd see outside. I don't change, you know. You're not gonna walk up and go, Gabriel, can I talk to you? I'm not gonna be like, be gone from me. Gabriel is my stage name. I'm not even Mexican, I'm Scandinavian. No, trust me, I'm the same pendejo you'll see outside. I don't mind, I love it, you guys. Trust me, you guys make it possible for me to have an incredible life and take care of my family. So I'm all for it, not a problem. Trust me, right now, it's so crazy because I'm still adjusting to people walking up to me. I'm checking into the hotel, and they already knew me, which was crazy. I go like, hi, I'm checking in. Here's your key, sir. What? We know it's you, sir. I'm like, you know? I think that's awesome. I needed that like 6 years ago. One time I was trying to check into a hotel in Chicago at 1 o'clock in the morning because I missed my flight. Nobody's at the front desk, just a little bell and a sign that said ring for service. So there I am. Ching, 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 ching. All of a sudden, I heard this. I hit a bell. All of a sudden, this lady came out, just... Are you the one ringing that damn bell? What the hell you want? I'm checking in. You know what time it is? It's tomorrow. Oh no, I missed my flight. Whatever you say. What's going on out there? Girl, you gotta see this. I got a big ass Mexican showing up late as hell. Okay. What's your name? My name is Gabriel Iglesias. Iglesias. Yes, Iglesias. Okay, Iglesias. Okay, E-G-L. No. It's Iglesias with an I. With an I? But you said Iglesias. You didn't say Iglesias. You said Iglesias. It's Iglesias with an I. Mm-hmm. Whatever you say, it's your damn name, okay? Mr. Iglesias with an I. You know, that's bad for you. Oh, this right here? My grandmama lived to be 100 years old. Smoking? Minding her own damn business, okay? Mr. Iglesias with an I. Okay, I found you in the system. I got you for 2 nights, full-size bed, non-smoking. I requested a queen-size bed. And you would have got a queen if you'd have been here yesterday. But it's tomorrow, and you're lucky I'm talking to you. Mr. Iglesias with an I. What's the I stand for? I need a bigger bed. What's going on out there? Girl, you gotta see this. Nacho Libre is tripping. Whatever. Give me a hard time. A lot has changed though, man. For those of you that don't know by now, I finally became a dad. Ah. Thank you. Hell yeah. He's 10. Surprised me too. Yeah, they found me. And it's not what you think. I didn't discover that I had a lost child. It's just that I hooked up with a beautiful woman who had a pre-started family. So basically, I became a stepfather. You know, I just took over the payments. Best part for me is that my new son looks exactly like me. He's fluffy too. 10 years old, 162 pounds. Yeah, he's a little damn. And he's the cutest kid. You talk to him, his name is Frankie. He's like, Frankie, what do you like to do? I like microwave burritos and PlayStation. Me too. Only problem is he wakes up early, 5 o'clock every morning. Gabriel. What? I'm hungry. Me too, make something. And he does. I can hear him in the kitchen making Hot Pockets, you know, freaking. And he opens the door and doesn't close it, and the whole house freaking, oh. Hot Pocket, delicious. Oh. Oh my God, and he's so cute because right now he's going through puberty, and I think it's hysterical. His mom doesn't think so. She's like, no. I go, yeah, I caught him checking out a girl. How do you know? I was looking at her too. She was hot. And I told my girl, I said, baby, don't worry. If he has any questions, I'll be the man. I'll take care of it. Because I went through puberty at 10. And she's like, oh, thank you. I said, don't worry. I took care of it, you know. Hey, I went through puberty at 10. I understand. Plus, I had cable, so it was hardcore, you know. You know, what's the difference now? Is that now you can program channels not to work. You couldn't do that 20 years ago. You couldn't block a kid unless you stayed up. My mom knocked out at 10, and right around 11:45,
the following program has not been rated by the Motion Picture Association of America due to its graphic sexual content. Viewer discretion is advised.
I was 10 years old. I lost my mind. I'm sitting on that couch all of a sudden.
Are you ready? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah!
Are you ready?
I'm done!
And you know what's crazy is I know what's happening at my house now. Because one night I heard,
Yeah!
what's he doing? Becoming a man. And I was curious. I'm like, I wonder what he's watching. So I started flipping through my channels, trying to find something that would spark interest. Sure enough, he's watching Cinemax. Uh-huh. And I know that's what he's watching. That guy's clapping. Hell yeah. Cochino. Yeah, I know. I know that's what he's watching. Because out of my TV, I'm getting direct sound. And then I'm getting like a little delayed echo down the hall. You know, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw him the next morning. I said, what were you doing last night? I was playing Nintendo. Yeah, whatever. You're playing Wii. You know, he's like, whatever, dude. Anyway, I know I'm sweating up here. The whole front row, you guys are like, it smells like carnitas.
He smells delicious.
Oh. Big guys, I don't know what it is. When we get hot, we smell like food. We should have our own cologne, huh?
From the makers of Tres Leches.
What's that smell?
Taco.
I'm a dork, I know. People ask me about the voices all the time. They're like, do you do that just on stage or do you do that in public too? I'm like, no, of course I do the voices in public. I have to make myself laugh. You know, I like doing the voices in places where people can't see me. Like drive-thrus. Oh, I'm evil at a drive-thru, man, except the one by my house because they know me. I mean, they really know me. I could show up at 2 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon, you know.
Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Yeah, let me have...
Pull up.
I did an order.
Gabriel, pull up.
Whatever. Other places I've had fun, IHOP. Look at some of you, IHOP? Yeah, let me explain this one. Next time you go to an IHOP, look for the podium. Usually on the weekends, they'll have the podium set up right at the front door. And when you walk in, they'll have a host, and they'll ask you, how many in your party? And you tell them, 2, 3, 4, whatever the case. And then when it's time for your seats, they'll call you with the little freaking, you know, they got the microphone on the side of the wall, and they'll go,
Paging party of 4. Paging party of 4. Now serving.
when that party walked away, I grabbed her microphone and I said,
Paging Mexican party of 47. Mexican party of 47. Now serving.
and the whole restaurant was like, all the guys in the kitchen, órale, güey! Hell yeah. I love IHOP. I go too much, you guys. I was at an IHOP one time during an earthquake. Wasn't a big one. It was enough to feel it, but not freak out, you know. I live in California, so we get them a lot. But if you're not used to that, you're like, ah, earthquake, you know, and I'm sitting there. I just wrote it out, you know. Freaking earthquakes, man. You gotta choose which one you want, you know? Do you want earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, floods? I live in California. I'll take the earthquakes. You could sleep through them, you know? And then whenever they happen, you never believe it's an earthquake. You're like, is it an earthquake or a big truck? Seriously, you'd be like, oh. Oh my God. Smell. But seriously, you can go to work and people are talking about how they were sleeping, you know? Did you feel that tremor last night? You can't sleep through a tornado or a hurricane. And I said that down south, and people were like, yeah, you can. I said, not if it hits your house. I've never seen that interview, you know. Sir, what happened to your home?
I don't know what happened. See, I woke up this morning, and this son bitch was flipped over. That's the darndest thing. You know, I got a truck in the tree, my dog is down the street, I can't find my wife, but that's for a whole nother reason altogether. I was asleep.
Sir, you were asleep?
Damn right I was asleep. I got me one of them Tempur-Pedics over there. Get her done. That's what I'm saying right there.
I love that impression, you guys. I love doing that. Every time I do it, somebody's like, hey, that's the redneck cable guy. Mexicans, be careful, because we have rednecks too. We do, and they sound exactly like the white ones. You guys are real quiet, huh? You don't believe me? Watch this. White redneck,
I'll tell you what.
Mexican redneck.
¿Sabes qué, güey?
Uh-huh. White redneck,
Ding, 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 ding.
Mexican redneck, we put words and moves to that.
Bailamos con el tuca, bailamos con el bailamos con el tuca, 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 tuca.
Ahoy! Same guy. So be careful, man. I had to take it easy with the voices once I got with my girlfriend. She used to think it was cute, but then, I scared her. One night we're in the room and she's like, ooh, what are you gonna do to me? And I was like,
You're gonna get it.
stop doing that!